Hello dear friends. The lunar eclipse on Thursday the 13th is already triggering financial events. Opinion piece. 9 insolvent countries. No more rumors. Fairness in global trade. Power returns to people. Economic warning signs. Collapse of the old order. Common law is returning. Ultimate quantum security. The old order is crumbling. Global economy is faltering. The system is disintegrating. Times of financial uncertainty. Nothing will be the same again. The old gut is devouring itself. On the brink of a transformation. What's coming will shake the world. The banking crisis is a sign of caution. Let's start. Insolvency is the inability to pay a current or future debt. Insolvency risk is the probability that the creditor will not be able to meet its debts. Don't confuse insolvency with a lack of liquidity. A lack of liquidity is temporary and can be resolved with access to funds. Insolvency, on the other hand, is difficult to fix, but not impossible. Prepare for a crisis that will change the world. This is not another economic crisis, but the final outcome of decades of corruption, irresponsible policies, and unsustainable debt. The very nations that once led the world are about to be transformed. The global financial reset could offer a reset, but it carries enormous risks. What happens next is anyone's guess. But one thing is certain, the global economy is reeling. JFK Jr. announced on Telegram on Thursday, March 13th, that there are 9 major insolvent nations on the brink of collapse in the Americas, Europe, and Asia. A collapse that could only be delayed by a global monetary reset. For years, he added, these governments have recklessly printed money, accumulating debt without a clear path to repayment. Steve Bannon said on Telegram that Thursday the 13th was a warning shot, but what comes next will shake the world. According to Bruce, maritime law is already disappearing, and this weekend common law, which is part of GISERA, will come into effect. JFK Jr. also announced that the Emergency Broadcasting System, EBS, will report a global stock market crash. The financial shutdown could last between 2 and 10 days, following the disappearance of trillions of dollars overnight, with severe losses in cryptocurrencies and major wallets. The old order is crumbling, and the EBS revelation will open the floodgates of truth. Prepare for the storm, because nothing will be the same again. When this announcement occurs, very famous figures, whom we thought had disappeared, will then expose their role in a global financial reset, the end of all confiscatory tax systems, and a return to the concept of the original constitution. When that time comes, the Hammer operation involving white hats, with more than 700,000 secret accusations, will be made public. Edward Snowden said on Telegram on Thursday, March 13th, in quotes, I see the Black Pill Brigade deployed in full force, attacking the answers to sow doubt. Let us never forget that we are witnessing the eradication of the machinery of the dark side. I encourage everyone who is not drunk, crazy, or paid to cause division and promote despair to stick to what they believe to be true and remain steadfast in their convictions. New system. Steve Bannon said on Telegram that the QFS, or Quantum Financial System, has been operating behind the scenes, monitoring all illegal transactions in preparation for its full activation. This extraterrestrial technology will revolutionize the financial world, rendering corrupt systems obsolete and ensuring a gold or asset-backed economy free from manipulation. The QFS has been active for some time, monitoring banking transactions, exposing financial crimes, providing evidence, dismantling central banking and dismantling tax systems worldwide. It is an inviolable network, powered by artificial intelligence and supported by the Secret Space program, that is in the process of replacing the old banking system. The QFS Global Financial Reset will align all national currencies to an exchange rate. Only gold or asset-backed currencies will be recognized, and their value will be based on a nation's assets, economy, and population. For some time, the QFS has monitored all the banking transactions and gathered evidence of elite manipulation of the system as they moved stolen wealth around the world. They never realized that the QFS was already tracking their actions in real time. The coalition has used this data to expose financial crimes that has led to mass arrests and the dismantling of central banking institutions. Cleanup. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has cancelled 5,200 contracts equivalent to 83% of the budget of the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, which was actually a shadow government funneling billions of dollars toward regime change, electoral fraud, and globalist control. This was an illicit fund disguised as humanitarian aid. In reality, it was about financing Soros-backed operations in more than 60 countries, building surveillance networks to control populations, pushing policies to dismantle national sovereignty, bribing world leaders into submission, and financing psychological warfare against the people. Elon Musk's words say it all. In quotes, this was a cancer and we eliminated it. Special operations have already begun, preparing for the end of the old system. No more rumors, no more secrets. The storm has arrived, and it is unstoppable. The dark side of the force thought it could hide behind corruption, raised courts, and fake media. They were completely wrong. The QFS has operated in parallel with the existing system, exposing financial crimes and leading to mass arrests of those caught red-handed or with the ice cream cart, as we say in Spain. Every $5, euro, or yen has been digitally stamped, making it impossible to hide illicit transfers. In the new system, only gold or asset-backed currencies will be recognized. Each transaction will include a digital gold certificate referencing the actual gold reserves behind it. Any fiat currency linked to fraud, terrorism, or illegal origins will be declassified from the QFS. Financial reset. Each country must comply with the G0 program to participate, ensuring fairness in global trade. Specific formula will determine the value of each nation's currency based on its assets, economy, and population. The global financial reset will align all national currencies to one-to-one exchange rate, guaranteeing financial sovereignty, free from cabal control. Ultimate quantum security. Unlike the blockchain, which is still vulnerable, the QFS is a quantum artificial intelligence system that goes beyond three-dimensional technology. It prevents hacking, fraud, and unauthorized transfers, ensuring that every transaction is legal, transparent, and directed to its owner. For decades, politicians and financiers manipulated the SWIFT system, moving illicit wealth globally. They never realized that the QFS was already monitoring their actions in real time. The coalition has used this data to expose financial crimes, leading to arrests and the dismantling of banking institutions. Disintegration. The system is disintegrating. The power structure maintained through secrecy, rituals, and digital control is fracturing. Hidden networks are being exposed. Stolen wealth is being confiscated. The truth can no longer be suppressed. With the collapse of command centers, dark side factions are turning each other. Internal betrayals and targeted eliminations, in plural, are accelerating. The old guard is devouring itself. Its power is being sapped before the final blow. In Belgium, banking elites clashed physically, destroying biometric access devices as power struggles erupted. A storm is gathering. Decades of lies and manipulation, which have controlled governments, media outlets, and industries, are about to be dissolved. For too long, they have operated in the shadows, pulling their strings behind the scenes. But the time for reckoning has come. The truth is about to come out, and when it does, everything will change. Conspiracy theories, once dismissed, are becoming undeniable truths and arrests mount. Names of powerful figures are being exposed, and the system that has controlled humanity for generations is crumbling. We are on the verge of a transformation. Advanced technologies have been hidden from us that could have cured diseases, ended hunger, and made fools obsolete. But now the truth is coming out. The revolution is not only political, but also technological. Once these technologies are unleashed, humankind will prosper like never before. The accusation signaled the fall of a house of cards, the collapse of the old order. The old order is disintegrating, and what is coming will be a world like we have never known before. The storm has arrived. Full disclosure is only the beginning. Banking crisis. Awake in 3D has issued a banking crisis warning that the banks aren't telling you. The world's banks are pulling back, signaling trouble ahead. Here's what they don't want you to know. The global financial system is sending a silent but urgent warning, one that most people are overlooking. Banks are supposed to fuel economic growth through lending, but right now they are doing the opposite. Instead of investing in businesses and households, they are stockpiling bonds at an alarming rate. This shift isn't random. It's a calculated move that signals caution, not confidence. In times of financial uncertainty, banks act as early warning indicators. Their recent actions suggest a looming banking crisis, which could have far-reaching consequences for both investors and policymakers. Sudden change in strategy. European banks recently embarked on an extraordinary wave of bond purchases, the third largest on record. The last time a similar move was in April 2020, at the height of the global economic panic during the health crisis. This sudden shift raises serious concerns, especially given that despite their enthusiasm for buying bonds, the banks show a notable reluctance to lend money to businesses and households. Central banks are losing control. Globally, central banks are aggressively cutting interest rates, publicly presenting their measures as economic stimulus to boost lending, investment and growth. However, banks are not responding as expected. Instead, they are retreating, prioritizing safety over opportunity. Why banks restricting credit instead of lending? When banks increase their holdings of government bonds, it is a sign of caution. They perceive greater future risk and prioritize safety over profits. This behavior is not limited to Europe. China recently had to step in with a bank bailout, and US banks are tightening their lending standards. Financial institutions around the world are adopting defensive postures rather than aggressive lending strategies. Economic warning signs. The bottom line is that low interest rates, often touted as a sign of economic strength, often signal deeper underlying problems. Banks, well positioned to detect the early signs of economic distress, are displaying apprehension rather than optimism. When banks collectively adopt defensive strategies, it often portends broader economic challenges on the horizon. Investors and policy makers should heed this signal and prepare accordingly. The banking crisis is a sign of caution. The current behavior of global bank is a silent but powerful indicator that caution, preparation, and prudent strategies are more important now than ever. How can investors protect themselves? History repeatedly shows that in times of uncertainty, tangible assets offer crucial protection against financial turmoil. The big chaos. Will this be the big chaos in the stock market? The recent volatility in the stock market has many investors on edge. Gregory Mannarino suggests that the current volatility is simply a warning sign of a much larger crisis looming in the debt market. While acknowledging the negative impact these sell-offs have on investors, he believes this is not the big event, but rather an event that could decimate portfolios and destabilize the global economy. According to Mannarino, the real danger lies in the complexity of the debt market, highlighting rising bond yields and the simultaneous weakening of the dollar. These indicators suggest growing concern among investors regarding the stability and long-term viability of debt. While the stock market is feeling the pressure, Mannarino explains, a stock market crash, however severe, is different from a debt market collapse. A debt market implosion would set off a chain reaction, impacting everything from interest rates and inflation to global trade and the value of currencies. He notes that the stock market, despite significant sell-offs, has not yet experienced the kind of catastrophic collapse that would follow a debt market crash. Mannarino's message is one of caution and preparation. He urges people to closely monitor fluctuations in the debt market and the dollar. He believes these are key indicators of a worsening financial crisis and possible future instability in order to better understand the risks and take appropriate steps to protect assets. In a world of increasingly complex financial systems, understanding the interconnectedness of markets is more crucial than ever. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.